Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something that can feel, well, a little intimidating, that blank page. We're going to look at how to transform it from a challenge into one of the best tools you have for clarity and self-reflection. Let's dive into the craft of journal writing.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You've got the notebook, you've got the pen, but your mind is just blank. The words won't come. It kind of feels like a test you forgot to study for. But what if I told you it's not a test at all? What if that blank page is actually an invitation? So, first things first, let's break down what a journal really is. I think once we get past some of the common ideas about it and really understand its true purpose, the whole thing becomes way less scary and honestly a lot more fun.
At its very core, a journal is just a personal record. That's it. It's not for an audience, it's not for a grade. Its main job, its whole reason for being, is reflection. That one word is the key to everything we're going to talk about today. It's all about looking inward. So let's try to reframe this, okay? Stop thinking of it as writing some formal report on your day. Instead, think of it as a conversation with the one person who truly gets you, yourself. It's a space where you can be honest, you can be messy, you can be curious, and there's absolutely no judgment. Okay, so if a journal is basically a conversation with yourself, how do you get that conversation started? Well, that brings us to the most important skill in all of this, finding your own words. This is where you learn to turn all the stuff that happens to you into real, personal insights. Let's take an idea like this one. It's a nice thought, something you might read online or hear someone say. But on its own, it's just an observation, right? It's external. It's not a journal entry, at least not yet. The magic happens when you pull it inside and make it about you. And boom, here's that transformation. See what happened? The observation turns into a reflection, just by starting with the word I. It's no longer just some general statement floating out there. It's your truth. You're connecting that big idea to your own beliefs and your own feelings. That right there, that's reflective writing.
So you see, the goal isn't just to write down what happened, it's to explore what it all meant to you. You're asking yourself, how did that make me feel? Or why does this matter to me? And look, like any new skill, it might feel a little clunky at first, but I promise, it gets so much easier with a little practice.
All right, now that we've got the why down, let's get into the how. Think of these next few tips as your personal journaling toolkit, the practical, essential pointers to get you started and help structure your thoughts. Let's start with the absolute basics. First, always pop the date and day at the top. It's a simple little habit, but it turns your journal into a personal timeline you can look back on years from now. Second, always write in the first person. Using I is crucial. It keeps the writing grounded in your experience. And third, try to focus on a recent event. It just makes things easier because the memories and feelings are still fresh. Now let's add a few more tools to your kit. Really lean into that self-reflective tone we talked about and use emotive language. Don't just say you were happy. Were you thrilled, relieved, content? Get specific. Oh, and ask yourself questions as you write, like, why did I react that way? These are fantastic ways to dig a little deeper. And finally, let's talk about tense, because this is a really cool one. The tense you choose completely changes the focus. Use the past tense to reflect on something that's already happened, like what you see on the left. But you can also use the future tense to think about your hopes or plans, like the example on the right. Both are super valuable ways to reflect. So, we've covered the what, the why, and the how. There's really only one thing left to do, isn't there? It's time to put all this theory into action and actually write that first entry. If you only remember one thing from our chat today, please let it be this. There is no right or wrong way to do this. A journal is a subjective medium. That means it's your medium. Don't stress about perfect grammar or writing something profound. Just be honest. Give yourself permission to play around and figure out what feels right for you. So as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this final thought. Your day was full of moments, big and small, full of events, emotions, and ideas. The blank page is sitting there, waiting for you. The only question left is, what story from today are you going to tell yourself?